Okay, so welcome to part one of our Karoo vintage, and I'm kind of just playfully calling this square Rocking the Daisies because Rocking the Daisies is, this festival, amazing eco music festival that they have in Darling. But really, the part is going to be a tribute to the town of Darling. And if you want to know more about that, well, of course, in the introduction I did say visit the blog and there'll be lots of info. So the first few rounds, this video this video is round 1 until round 10. So now we're going to work round 1. And to start round number 1, we're going to work a magic ring. And then we're going to work 8 3 double crochets together, separated by a chain 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So one chain, single crochet to close. 1, 2, always add a chain. Okay, chain 1 to close. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to basically just do 8 of these separated by 8 chain 2s. I don't know why, but for some reason I really just like doing this. I could go on and on and on making 3 double crochets together. Okay, and then chain 2. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You just kind of move them over like that. Okay, and then chain 1 to close, chain 2. Alright, so you're just going to go around like that until you have 8, and I shall see you there. Okay, and so we have 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then what you're going to do is just pull your little tail. So just be, you don't have to pull it completely closed right now, just so I've chained 2, and then we're just going to slip stitch into that little hole at the top of our first 2 double crochets together. Well, it's in fact 3, but of course we started off with a chain 3 and then we're just going to snip off like that. Okay, so the color I'm using here is Koeforden. So the color for the Stylecraft, I want to say Stylecraft, goodness me, no, the colors for the Skippy's Color Crafter, what I wanted to say was that they are very similar to the Stylecraft and this Stylecraft Special DK, and also very similar to here in South Africa we have a yarn brand called L Yarns, and they have a range called Family Knit, which is also a DK acrylic yarn, and they also have an incredible range of colors. So the Skippy's Color Crafter, the Stylecraft Special DK, the acrylic, talking about the acrylic DKs here, they all have similar colors. Some have more colors than others, color range. Like the L yarn don't have they have a huge range, but not as large as the Color Crafter and the Skippy's, and the Stylecraft Special DK, okay? But you can definitely still find, if you can't get hold of Skippy's, or you can't get hold of Color Crafter here in South Africa, you can use the Family Knit DK, and so on and so forth. And the colors, you'll find similar colors, so but they might have different names. Okay, so what you want to do also is just really make sure that you connect that center, the center of your magic ring, you know, that you just make sure that it's really, really secured. Otherwise, you're going to find that center part coming adrift in your very first wash. So I kind of use both the tails to go over and over and over and just make sure it's super duper tight, and just snip off. Okay, so that's going nowhere. So there you go. End of round number 1. And see you at round number 2. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be working 2 half double crochet front posts around the top of our 3 double crochets together. And the reason I'm using 2 is because it just gives it a nice chunky look. So you're going to start with 2 chain front post, equivalent to 1 half double crochet front post, and then just work another one. Right? Then chain 2 like that, yarn over and do it again. So doing 1, 2, that's actually a closing chain, right? So I'm saying chain 2, but one of them is really just a sort of a closing chain for the 2 half double crochets like that. Okay, 1, 2. One, two. I've noticed on our group that quite a few of the ladies who are doing my patterns say that they have learnt so much, and I keep on thinking to myself, really, I think I'm teaching you bad habits. Because the way that I crochet is sometimes not very traditional. I just sort of make up my own things as I go along sometimes, like this, for example. Okay, so you're just going to work all the way around like that. So it's going to give you that nice sort of chunky feel to this part of the pattern. Round number 2. Okay. Oh, I just thought I may as well do finish this with you. 1, 2, and then to close, just slip stitch into the top of that second half double crochet like that. Okay, and then you can just fasten off. I usually just fasten off with a traditional slip stitch. Some people work you know, into the next stitches to make an invisible join. But anyway, so that's how your work is going to look. Round number 2, and I shall see you at round number 3. Okay, so we are on round number 3, and round number 3, the colour that I'm using is called Lily Stud. So as far as I know, a lily is a lily, so it's Lily Town. And it's this beautiful, soft apricot colour. So in fact, I've been to Lelystad. I used to live in Holland many lifetimes ago for a few years, and I was really very happy there. So now 1, 2, 3. We're going to work 3 chains into our chain 2 in round number 1. Okay, then we're going to work a treble and 3 chains again. Slip stitch back, try not to get your tail, slip stitch back into that chain 2 space, chain 1, and again slip stitch into the next chain 2, chain 3, 1 treble, and chain 3. So as you noticed already, I'm doing US stitches, stitch terms throughout. Alright, so that's all we're going to do. We're just going to work a chain 3 and a treble, and another chain 3, back into the same chain 2 space. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I'll just do one more with you. 1 treble, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, slip stitch back, chain 1 over our 2 half double crochet front posts, and slip stitch into the next chain 2 from round number 1. Okay, and you're going to have that going on. Right, so I shall see you at the end of this, whoopsie, I shall see you at the end of this round number 3, and the beginning of round number 4. Okay, so we have done our chain 3s, 1 treble, chain 3, chain 1 in between, and so on. So we've just slip stitched and worked our little petal like that, chain 1 all the way around. So we have 8 of those now. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to pop these through. So you can use your fingers as well. I just find it's a bit easier when you hook them through like that. Just be careful not to. Okay, so we're just going to, or whichever way you find easier. So you can use your hook. You can use your hook, you know, but you don't want to kind of, you know, pull any threads or pull anything out of shape. So we're just going to do that. Okay, so I'm doing it both ways with my fingers and with my hook. Okay, just gently, just pull it through like that. Okay, so now those are in the front, like so. So you just pull them out like that. You know, always reminds you of a sort of little alien, something or the other. Okay, like so. And once you've sewn in all your ends, worked what I expect that you have already, then we can move on to round number 4. So I'm going to move on to round number 4. So now with round number 4, we're going to begin with a single crochet front post over our 2 half double crochet front posts from round number 2. So we're going to be working that over there, okay? Then we're going to work 4 half double crochets into the next chains. Right, so we've got, right, so we're going to be working into those, and you'll see now what I'm going to be doing. So the color that I'm choosing is this nice pale blue, baby blue, and the color is of course Roos, which I used quite a bit in my last pattern, so it's a really lovely color. Okay, so now what you're going to do is just, so we're on to round number 4, right? And we're just going to work that. So we're just going to work a single crochet front post over the 2 half double crochets like that. Then we're going to yarn over, and immediately we're going to be working. So now it's a little bit finicky. You've just got to make sure that your tail is out the way there, but it keeps on wanting to come back. So what you can do is just kind of work them into the top part and then pull them down. 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to work 4 half double crochets down the other side, the other chain 3, like that. Okay, so we've skipped over that treble, and then we're going to single crochet front post around our 2 half double crochet front posts, yarn over. Okay, so this is easier because you don't have that tail. Just going to work 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 1, skip over the treble and work 4 half double crochets down the other side, and that's pretty much it for this round. Okay, and then you're just going to work a single crochet front post around like that. Alright, so you'll notice that they sort of tend to overlap, but don't worry about that. It'll all be sorted out in our next rounds. So you're just going to pull that up like that because you want those little pieces showing. Okay, so that is round number 4. The color is Roos. In the pattern I give the alternative color, and I shall see you at the end of round number 4, and then we can go on to round number 5 together. Okay, so the next color we're going to use for round number 5. Okay, so if you want to know how I close this, I just worked a slip stitch into our very first single crochet front post. Okay, so I've still got my little yarn tail there. So the color we're using next is Bradar, and the number's 1029. And now it's a little bit similar to the one that we did over there, which but I didn't want to do exactly the same color, and of course you can use a completely different color. So what we're going to do is we're going to work a puff into that single crochet front post like that. So just go right into the base of it, and we're going to work yarn over times 3. So I always seem to go for that size puff, because it's a cute little size. Nice for flowers and for little accent pieces. So you're just going to work that and just pull the little tail at the back. And now this is a bit annoying, but we're going to be working 1 single crochet into the 4 half double crochets from our previous round. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes it looks like I have 5 stitches there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see I'm sort of working into the 2 back stitches, but you're just working into the back loop. Okay, did I say back stitches? Well, the back loops of the stitches, like that. Right, and then you're going to yarn over and work 1, 2, 3. You're going to work a puff into that chain 1 space, and then you're going to work single crochet into those back loops. So you can work into the back loop, or you can work into both back loops, because there are 2 back loops. If you work into 2 back loops, then it gives a much more solid back loop stitch than if you work into 1. Sometimes when you work into 1, it seems to pull that loop. Then yarn over, work into the base of your single crochet front post. Okay, pull through, yarn over, and then scoot that over, and again you're working into the back loop. Right, so you just want to make sure you're working 1, 2, 3, 4. I've been a bit croaky today. There's a horrible flu going around, and I hope I don't get it. 2, 3, 3 and 4. Yarn over and work again. Yarn over times 3 puff. Okay, it's going to look like that. Alright, so that's pretty simple. It's basically just puffs, single crochet, puff, single crochet, single crochets, puff, single crochets. And you're working into the back loop of your stitches from the previous round. So that is round number 5, and the color is Bradar, and I will see you at the end of round number 5. Okay, so you'll notice at this point that your flower is looking quite wobbly. So you're just going to slip stitch into your first puff to close off this round, right, like that. And then you can work in all your ends. So I haven't really worked in my ends yet. Okay, so it's going to look like that. So don't, it's going to look all buckly like that, but don't worry about that. That will all straighten out as we go along. So it often happens in my patterns, and then people go, should it be buckling like that? Help! But yes, and so don't panic. Alright, so now what we're going to do is, so that was the end of round number 5, and now what we're going to do is go on to round number 6. And now round number 6 is kind of a bit of an invisible round. You won't really see it, you'll be working at the back there. But what we're going to do is we are going to single crochet around the back post. So the reason I'm dithering a bit is because I am looking for a specific color. Okay, so we are on round number 6, and round number 6 we are going to be working that lovely green that we'll be using at the beginning, which is now decided to go and take a hike somewhere. Okay, well, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Our Kooforden, the colour that we used over here. So we're going to use this again. But you won't really see it much because we're going to be working it at the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to work a single crochet front post, or back post, I beg your pardon, around our puff like that. Then we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to do it. So we're just going to do that around. So be careful that you don't catch that single crochet that we did in the previous round, that very first single crochet, which is sort of right there. And do your single crochet back post, 1, 2, 3, 4. So chain 4, and then we're going to scoot on over again. We're going to, so just be careful, like, can you see where I'm pushing it through? So you have to kind of get it just either side of your puff. Okay, single crochet, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to continue like that. So just going to push it through like that. Make sure that we're getting it in the right spot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well I hope you saw that and I wasn't going off camera. So I was very concentrated. Concentrating really hard. So, right, go through there and out the other side. Single crochet back post, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, round the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you just carry on like that. So as I said, the color that I'm using is that Kooforden, which is what we used before, and you'll see what that does, what that round does is kind of, it starts to bring your little flowers together, and so they're not doing that, they're lying flat. Okay, so I shall see you at the end of this round, and we can finish off together and begin round number 7. Okay, so to close, you just slip stitch into your first single crochet back post. Okay, now don't fasten off. What we're going to do is we are going to work a chain 3, yarn over, and we're kind of going to go back into that single crochet back post. So we're really sort of working that, and we're going to work 3 double crochets together, chain 1 to close, chain 1, and we're going to do it again. We're going to work into that single crochet back post like that. 1, 2, 3, chain 1 to close, okay, chain 3, and then we are going to work a half double crochet back post around the puff. So again, we're going to go in from the back, go round like that, so try not to get any other stitches involved, like that. Okay, half double crochet back post, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, and we're working into that single crochet back post. We're going to work 3 double crochets together, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, chain 1, and again 1, 2, 3, yarn over, chain 1 to close, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, and half double crochet back post around that puff. So you're going to have that sort of shape going on. Okay, right, so I shall see you at the end of this round, which is round number 7. Okay, so remember you're working 2 times 3 double crochets together, separated by a chain 1, and you're working into that single crochet back post that we did, and you're sticking to the same color, and then you're working a chain 3 and a half double crochet back post around our next puff. You're not really going to see it, but it's not that matters. Okay, right, and then you're going to chain 3 and you're going to work 2, 3 double crochet together, and you're just going to carry on like that, and I shall see you at the end of this round, round number 7. Okay, so to finish our round number 7, just slip stitch into the top of our first double crochets together like that, and now your work will look like that. You can see it should just slightly go up, because you want that texture. You want it to go in there with a little bit of a ridge coming up like that, because that's what makes it so pretty. Okay, but they're no longer overlapping your petals, and they're just lying there in their little bed of Karoo, being this color. So that is the end of round number 7, and I shall see you at the at the beginning of round number 8. Okay, so after much dithering about, I have chosen the color for those nice fat bubbles. Where are they? I can show you. So we're going to begin in our in our chain 1 between the 2 times 3 double crochets together. I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's equal to 1 treble. Then we're going to do 7 more, alright, together. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we have 8 trebles. Right, so we're counting that that first chain 4. Okay, so we've got 1. So then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yarn over, pull through. Okay, like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to single crochet into this chain space here. Right, that chain space was a chain 4 space, right, that we did in the round prior to this, so round number 6. Then you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a little cat hair. My cat, shame, I suppose because it's, you know, winter, getting to be winter. Her favourite place is, of course, on my work table where there's always crochet things happening, so it's nice and warm. So we're going to chain 4 and then we're going to work 8 trebles together into the next chain 1 space. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yarn over, pull through, chain 1, and then just pop it out like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet into that chain 4 space. 3, 4, and you're just going to carry on like that. So I'll just pull that out so I can show you. Right, so they're going to look like that. So they're not going to be round. I'll show you. They kind of flatten out. Okay, so we are on to round number 9, and round number 9 we are going to be working double crochets into our chain 2 space. So I've just chosen to start in the chain 2 space directly after a bubble. Okay, so we're just going to work chain 3 and then 2 double crochets. So it's going to look a bit messy. Then we're going to work double crochet over our half double crochet back post, and we're going to work 1, 2, 3 double crochets into the next chain 2, right? Then we're going to yarn over and we're just going to work a double crochet front post. I suppose it's technically a front post, but we're kind of working it at the back. So, and then we're going to just scoot on over to our next chain 2. We're going to work 3 double crochets. We're going to work a double crochet front post over our half double crochet front post. We're going to work 3 double crochets, 2, 3. We're going to work a double crochet front post, although it's lying at the back, and then we're going to scoot on over and work So we're working 3 double crochets into our chain 2s from round number 7. We're working a double crochet front post over all of our half double crochet back posts. We're working another 3 double crochets, and then we're working a double crochet front post over the top of our trebles. I mean our trebles, more than trebles, isn't it? It's 8. So it's going to look like that, okay? Alright, so it's going to kind of have that shape as we're going around. So that is round number 9, and I shall see you at the end of round number 9, and we're going to continue with the same colour. Okay, so I've actually fastened off, and I've gone and done all my ends. So we've finished round number 9 with a slip stitch into our first chain 3 space. Now I'm going to carry on with the same colour, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to be working into those spaces either side of the double crochet front post we did over the bobble. So we're going to just do a chain 1 to start, and then we're going to work a yarn over times 4 puff. Okay, going to close it, chain 1, and I beg your pardon, chain 2, and then yarn over, skip over our double crochet front post, and we're going to work another yarn over times 4 puff. Alright, then we're going to be working double crochet front posts over all of the next stitches like that. Okay, so it should be 7 between the bobbles, because we've got 3 double crochets from the previous round plus a double crochet front post, and so we're just going to work double crochets like so. Right, and then because we're kind of squaring off, we're just going to work another double crochet front post over our double crochet front post, and we're going to work another 7 of these double crochet front posts like that. Whoopsie, like so. No, that's not right. Things a bit twisted up there. Okay, we're just working double crochet front posts over all those stitches like that. And the last one, and then we're going to be yarn over 1, 2, 3, 4 into our next space. Before that, double crochet front post over the bubble, 1, 2, 3, 4 into the next space. Close your chain and move on to your next 7 stitches. So basically you're working 3 double crochet front posts over the double crochets, 1 double crochet front post over the double crochet front post, and then 3 double crochet front posts over the double crochet front posts. And you're going to be working your puffs only 4 times. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, because you're beginning to create a square. All right, so you work 14 double crochet front posts, and this one counts as number 15. So you work 15 double crochet front posts in all, and then you work your 2 bubbles either side of the next double crochet front post over your bubble like that. See, so make sure you're creating a square, or the beginning of the square. Okay, so that is round number 10, and I shall see you at the end of round number 10 and the beginning of round number 11. Okay, so after you've finished your round, you're just going to slip stitch into your first puff, and you're going to have something that sort of resembles a square, but not yet. Okay, so it's going to look like that. going to give it a nice little stretch, and that is the end of round number 10, and I shall see you at round number 11.